know what we're watching?
No.
Like, are we aware? Like, honest to goodness, it's insane. It really is insane. And you see all these videos, and they become part of our DNA now. But there's that part of you, Neal. Like, honest to goodness. And I know so many of you are dragging. I was an 8-year-old last night. Honest to God, I could not fall asleep till 3:30.
Me too.
It just, like, it wasn't happening. And, you know, there's that point where you accept it. It was like 2 o'clock, and I was like, it was almost like I was running to my laptop to watch porn. To watch Lion highlights. Nothing.
Oh, man.
I'm watching a show. I was watching Lion highlights. I mean, so many of us can do that. It was phenomenal. It really was.
Art Vandelay. And jump right into the Woodward Sports chat thread. I just went to this one, Elite, because it's Elite. And subscribe to Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Get into the Art Vandelay. Sean just looks like he rolled in from a bender in Windsor. You remember those days?
Oh, more than you could ever know. Art, you know what? I think you guys, we're all kind of in that same boat right now, aren't we?
Yes.
Like, I'm not joking. I was so jacked up. It was 2 a.m. and I'm like, this is future. Why am I even laying in bed?
Right.
Like, it's not coming. So, like, get up and go do something, you know? It was, but that's the beauty of this. And I want to give our boy Flannel a shout out, because Flannel and I were talking about this before the show started. Neal, we are at that point right now where we have to start thinking about the Detroit Lions, even with a few weeks left. Are we watching one of the best regular season teams we've ever seen? We need to have that conversation. The Lions are very close to entering that conversation of, you know, go back and name some of those great regular season teams that we've seen. Now, obviously, we all know it. Don't take anything away from this. We all know it. This season's ultimate success or failure will be deemed on what happens in the second Sunday in February. We all know that. I think that's something that we, whether we want to admit it or not, we all agreed on a while back, Neal. But right now, it's fun to have those conversations. 12-1, man. 12-1. It's real. It's real.
It's there. It's there on the screen, Sean. Like that. That's what they are. That is what they are. KG in the building. KG, what's really good? Hey, pleasure running with you last night.
Oh, man, it was amazing. I appreciate you, man. But our motherfucking football team is good. That's what's good, man. Good. Man, it's absolutely amazing what we're seeing from this team, this coaching staff. I can't say enough about this team at this point, but we're going to get into it, man. Go ahead.
Spencer Raxter. Hey, good run yesterday at second best.
Great run. Second best, electric as always. Fuck the fucking Packers, baby. Also, okay, I have two little caveats I got to get to. Number one, the Packers are my most hated football team of all time. I hate the Packers more than anybody else. But I met some Packers fans last night. Some guys from Wisconsin. Cool dudes. They're like, you know, we love Dan Campbell, you know, and like, they were cool guys. Vikings fans and Bears fans are way worse than Packers fans.
100%.
But I hate the Packers more than the Vikings or Bears.
I get exactly where you're coming from there. I get exactly where you're coming from. Jump into that chat.
Hey, Neal, you mind I throw two shout-outs real quick?
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Kevin from Texas who was out with us last night, man. He was with us the whole night. You know, he's here for work, but he's a Detroit native, and he was hanging with us. He says he watches all the shows every single day.
Oh,
so
thanks, man.
Big shout out to you, Kevin, and to whoever anonymous was. We got anonymous shots throughout the night. So whoever sent those 1,800 shots in those tall New Hollands, man, we appreciate you.
Called the bar, paid over the phone for a tray of 1,800 shots.
What a wonderful human being.
Yes.
Like, honestly, that's it. You are a quality human being. Can I say something about your Wisconsin thing? And Neal, I don't know if you remember this. I used to use this bit on the radio back in the day. I don't know what it is. They are the nicest people. Like, it's something, maybe it's the cheese.
It's the number of bars.
It's the brats.
Yes.
I'm telling you, they are the nicest people.
Very nice people.
Wisconsinites. And you go to Madison, and it's got this reputation and jump around and everything, and they just look at you and smile and go, oh, hey, good luck to your team. Would you like a brat?
Yeah.
I would like a brat.
Like a brat.
I would. Thank you very much.
Not to be out of line. Do you have any with the cheese in there?
Right.
Well, yes, we do. Those are up here on the left side.
I'm telling you, the nicest people in the union are in Wisconsin. No joke. And you know how I feel. I hate the Packers. I hate the Bears more.
Yeah.
But I have to lessen my hatred of the Packers because those people are so damn nice, and I don't want to see them suffer.
Yeah, like literally, I was talking to these two guys outside of Second Best last night, and I was like, respectfully, fuck the Packers. And they were both like, oh, great game, buddy, you know, thanks. They're like, you know, if the Packers don't win it, we want to see the Lions win. I love Dan Campbell. I was like, you guys are so nice. Let me be mad at you.
What a great, respectfully, fuck the Packers.
Yeah.
There's nothing respectfully about fuck the Packers. That's beautiful.
Respectfully, the Detroit Lions have the best fans in the NFL. We've known this for a while, but you guys fucking showed out
when they
last
had to
night,
do it.
dude. Needed it. Biggest game of the year, biggest game of the past 10 years besides last year for the Detroit Lions. And you guys showed out. That place was rocking. Ford Field was a movie last night, dude. It just amazing show out from you guys.
No, and again, 6 out of 7 over the Packers. 6 out of 7. Take it.
Yeah.
Take it and love it. And Sean, I don't need this show sheet today. And Spencer, even though it just says FTP over 8 times on there, which is fine.
And in the next hour, FTP.
First hour, it's FTP.
You're right.
KG, you're never going to believe it, but guess what's at the second hour?
Second hour, FTP. But Sean, there's 100 angles. We couldn't even get to it all today. There's no way that you could break all of this down. There's no way that you could get to all of it. Too Swifty. Keep throwing up, Skip. You got Dan Skipper throwing up in the corner of the room.
Yeah.
Like,
Dan Skipper played his ass off last night.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And look, grind it. And that's the word of the day, Sean. Guys came in off the street. They produced. Like, it's insane. The whole thing's insane. But this is a lot of times I always say this, Sean. You show me culture, I'll show you a team that's winning.
100%.
And you show me a team that's losing, and I'll show you bad culture. I think culture's dependent on winning. But, Sean, this team, man, when you walk through those doors, it's like D-Mac always says, you care about that man next to you more than you care about yourself, i.e. David Montgomery's blitz pickup a couple of times.
Oh, yeah.
He laid it all out there.
That's facts.
Laid it all out there. And whatever happens, happens. Whatever happens to you, and it doesn't matter, Sean.
It is, Neal, you hit the nail right on top of the head. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. I will never forget when Rasheed Wallace came to town. Whether people want to admit it or not, I don't care. People were going nuts. Bad apple. He's going to upset the apple cart. Why are we getting a guy like that? Because they had the belief, and they were right, that this culture was so strong that when in Rome, do as the Romans. And that's exactly what happened. How many times last night, let's call this ourselves up. I'll start with me. How many times did you watch a guy make a play and you're like, who the fuck is that?
I didn't know some of them.
I had no idea.
Sean, hand up in the air. There were names announced yesterday. I literally said, and this is our business. This is what we do. It's how we feed our families. I put my hand in the air and said, I do not know who that is.
Multiple times. Like Spenny, you and I were talking about it. Like Adams, right? What? Which Adams? I don't know. Right. Morticia?
Right.
Tuesday, Wednesday? Which Adams is it? I don't know which Adams it is.
Morticia. That's funny.
It was absolutely insane. But we're definitely going to get into all of it, everybody. DNC ENT. It was a divisional game decided by a walk-off field goal. Yes, I reserve the right to have been scared. And DNC ENT, I like that you come clean with that.
Yeah.
And look, yesterday when I was talking about this, people were accusing me of that. And I said, Sean, this is 4 games in 11 days, man. You just got to survive it.
Yep.
And look, to win a game by a field goal, and that's pretty much what I called for yesterday on the show.
Yeah, you did.
I was like, Lions can win this game by a field goal. By nature, when you win a game by a field goal, we still got to do a better job. There are going to be more moments of uncomfortability.
I'm so glad you said that.
There are going to be many more moments with much higher stakes than last night. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We got to clean it up a little bit, Sean.
If I was on with you guys yesterday, I'd have pissed it. I thought for sure that was an L yesterday. Because I keep going back to what you and I talked about 2 weeks ago on the pregame show. This isn't supposed to be happening. How long can this continue where you have this litany of injuries and bodies dropping every game, KG?
Yeah.
Literally every. It's not just what we already have, but it's like, oh no, look who's limping off the field now. This defies the National Football League as we know it. Let's be honest, and I don't think I'm being overly dramatic. This isn't supposed to happen in the National Football League. And here we are. It is happening in the National Football League.
I'm at a point with this team now where I was already super confident about what the hell we got going on here. But at this point, you almost just got to expect it. Like, we cannot make excuses for this team anymore. It is much like, when the Kansas City Chiefs start to get good, then you have to just live and die with the results no matter what it is. A lot of people made a lot about Dan Campbell's fourth down decisions, but without those decisions, you do not win that ball game. They are getting closer and closer. I'm so glad that they're facing adversity now. Let's just say that, because in the playoffs, you need games like this. You're going to face a lot of one-score games like this, and you're going to have to execute no matter what the circumstances are with this team. And I'm glad you brought up culture, Neal, because listen, you need football guys that absolutely love to play this game. This is why they get so much production out of the last spot on the practice squad. This is why they get so much production out of men on the street. This is why they're so selective in who they bring into this culture, because you have to be wanting and loving to play football in order to go out and win games like you won last night with all of the injuries staring you in the face.
And before we go to break, I do have to shout out to I didn't watch the post-game show, but I can only imagine the victory laps that Stick was taking, because Jared Goff went out there and he took care of business, especially after that interception, bounced right back. But something we jokingly, lovingly throw around at Jared Goff is we talk about his elite handoffs. This is an elite handoff. That is an elite handoff.
Unbelievable.
That is not even a joke.
No.
That won them the game. An elite handoff. So shout out to Jared Goff, man.
Do you know how lucky we are that a hand didn't come in and just touch the heel?
Yeah.
Like, honestly.
Taps him on the toe. Game over.
Anything. I mean, just a dude.
Well, they were tied. It wasn't game over.
Well, yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's just
Sometimes you need
unbelievable.
luck,
but
man.
you know what? It's nice to live the charmed life a little bit, isn't it? And we are. We're living the charmed life right now. Whether we want to admit it or not, I don't care.
You need shit to bounce your way
1,000.
during the NFL season, but this is more so about execution. And they went out there and they executed. You were saying it last night on the